last time out. Despite a weak qualifying, things didn't go badly. After a long break, it was now time for Buddy to regroup and head to Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix. So, Buddy heads to Spa, having just won an off-track battle with his father over a contract that he'd been tricked into signing. Just want to say sorry for the massive delay in episodes since Hungary. That's mainly because I've been really busy since then. But now I've pretty much finished, I should be able to get all the rest of the episodes out quite quickly. So, moving on, it's time for the Belgian race. And he showed good pace in the practice sessions. But this weekend, and for the race in Monza, he's been dogged by engine penalties. Gonna have to start near the back. However, that didn't stop getting blocked by Carlos Sainz in qualifying, angering him.
What is he doing? That's so dangerous and
This meant his second lap, he was doing it on older tyres, and he could not progress to Q3.
Well, that's what happens if you have to do a lap on old tyres, because my first one got disrupted by a certain teammate of mine, dawdling on Eau Rouge. Ridiculous.
So, it was now time for race day. Although it wasn't where Buddy wanted to start, obviously from the back of the grid, but it's an easy track to overtake on, is Spa. As you can see, it's quite a foggy day, but it's not expected to rain at all during this race. And Buddy is more fired up than ever to prove himself. Now he's no longer got to worry about a contract which he supposedly signed, but obviously he was tricked into signing it, as you all know. He is now really fired up to get going and to make sure he can do something good with this season, in the hope that he can secure a front-running drive for next season. So now, taking a look at the grid, and Buddy doesn't actually have to start at the back of the grid. Right back, it's Bottas on pole ahead of Kimi Raikkonen in second. Vettel is in third ahead of Hamilton in fourth. Verstappen is in fifth with Perez in sixth. Ocon in seventh with Leclerc in the top 10 once again. Ricciardo has a penalty, so starts tonight, with Sorokin being promoted to top 10 by penalties. Carlos Sainz has a penalty, so starts 11th with Lance Stroll in 12th. Fernando Alonso, Brendan Hartley, Marcus Ericsson and Stoffel Van Dorn all have penalties. So they have been brought back. And Buddy will be starting in 17th, as Gasly, Grosjean and Magnussen also have taken penalties for this race. So Buddy will be starting in 17th, not dead last. So that is definitely a position where he can make something of this race. So, now moving on to the formation lap. As you can see, he is about to line up on the grid, ready to get going, to get this second part of the season underway. So, he lines up in his box and is ready to go. As you can see, we have the lights in Spa. Lights out, away we go. Buddy gets a little bit of wheel spin. He always struggles with the starts, does Buddy, but he has some good space to make a bit of ground going into the first corner. But as you can see, the Haas kind of makes Buddy have to be a bit more conservative than he'd usually be. As you can see, he's not that close to the likes of Hartley and people like that heading into Eau Rouge. as you can see, he kind of struggles a bit for grip through Eau Rouge. Obviously, it's the first lap, so cold tyres, but he's having to defend from Romain Grosjean here. He's up to 16. He's made up one place. And you can see they're all kind of concertinaing up ahead. And Buddy, in clean air, is starting to make up a bit of ground. And he's going to try to make it round the outside of Brendan Hartley here. But as Hartley has the high ground, he can't get it done. Now moving on to lap 2. As you can see, he's right behind Hartley and drivers like that. As you can see, we have a yellow flag ahead. Marcus Ericsson really slowing down there.
What the was the Sauber doing? So dangerous.
But Buddy and his team need to act.
Make sure you keep it positive as we catch
Okay, buddy, you have a safety car. We go to mediums. You may have less pace on the restart, but the pace will come to you. This could be a masterstroke.
So a very interesting and bold call, to be honest, to bring Buddy in under the safety car. I mean, this gets his mandatory stop out the way. He was expected to do a 2-stop in normal circumstances, but now he essentially is getting a free pit stop. He has to change to the mediums to make this work. But hopefully he will have the pace as everyone else's tyres wear out. As you can see, we now have a restart, and Buddy's kind of eager to get going, and he's kind of been brake checked a bit there.
Honestly, what has happened to the driving standards over the summer?
So obviously Buddy not happy with them, but as you can see, he has caught up to Magnus. He is struggling a bit through Eau Rouge. That is something that's a bit wrong with the game. It should be easy flat without any oversteer if you have the car set up right and you steer right. But as you can see, Buddy gets down the inside of Magnussen going into Lecom. He has made that move stick, and as you can see, he's now behind the likes of Van Dorn on shore. As you can see, many cars are pitted, judging by the order, and Buddy gets down the inside of Van Dorn. Van Dorn tries to fight back, but Buddy has made that move stick. As the pit stops have started, Buddy is now in P8. And this is actually his net position, as he's already done his first stop. And that position's gotten higher as Sebastian Vettel has retired. As you can see on the side of the road, you have Vettel out, Ericsson's also out. But we have gained a position now. But now we've got Carlos Sainz behind.
Okay, buddy, Carlos is on faster tyres. You may need to let him go. No, I'm on terms with him strategy-wise now, and why should I have to do anything for him after he disrupted my qualifying so badly yesterday?
As you can see, Carlos is trying hard to pass him, as you're also about to see here, but Buddy is having none of it.
Buddy, please consider, it's for the team here, we may need you to let him go. He is on faster tyre and you're holding him up a bit. He is getting really angry on the radio. Well, that's tough. He completely ruined my qualifying yesterday, and also we both have to stop the same amount of time. If I let him go, I'm basically giving him the position. Why should I?
So, as you can hear there, Buddy is not having any of it. Eventually, Carlos decided to pit. As you can see, now on lap 26, Buddy is into the pit lane. Changing to a set of the soft tyres to do his final stint on.
Exit now.
As you can see, he gets off the limiter, but is a bit hesitant to get off the limiter. As you can see, Sainz and Leclerc have managed to undercut him. But it wouldn't take long for him to catch the Sauber. As you can see, he is right behind Leclerc now. And as you can see, getting very close into Blanchimont. Now going to dive up the inside, heading into the bus stop chicane. There's a little bit of contact, but Buddy has the faster tyres and he has more grip on the exit and he has taken the position.
Okay, good work. Great.
Now as you can see, he is right behind Carlos Sainz, who is closing on Grosjean. He's going to try it round the outside, but he can't make it through, and he kind of parks on the apex.
Oh, come on, that's not on. He's braked next to me as well, and he's braked next to me there.
As you can see, Sainz and Grosjean are battling it out ahead. As you can see, Sainz has managed to pass Grosjean here, but Buddy is looking to make anything of this that he can. So, he's in perfect range to do something. If he can stay close into Eau Rouge, he's in perfect range to make something of this on the back straight, on the Kemmel straight. As you can see, he gets a good run through Eau Rouge. And you can see, with the new engine, he's got a lot more power than both. Obviously, Sainz doesn't have DRS, so he's able to get past Carlos Sainz. He tries to get around the outside, but Grosjean kind of parks on the apex. A little bit of contact there, and still Buddy can't make the move on Grosjean, but he's gotten past Sainz. Now as you can see, he's got the run on Grosjean, and he goes round the outside at Blanchimont, taking a leap out of Max Verstappen's group, and he has made that move stick with the inside line going into the bus stop. He kind of has to leave a bit of space, but Buddy has made that move. Really good move around the outside going into Blanchimont. As you can see, he even managed to catch up to Ricciardo, but he crosses the line to finish in P8. A reasonable result from the back of the grid.
Good work, Buddy. Still, we do need you to take the team into account sometimes, but good work.
Obviously, the team is not happy with Buddy after ignoring those team orders to move over for Carlos Sainz, and kind of held him up a bit. You can see it's Kimi Raikkonen who wins at Spa. The thing for Renault though, and Buddy Simpson, Perez is starting to extend his gap over Buddy in the standings, and Force India are starting to extend their gap over Renault in the constructors standings. So those are coming out of reach, but still it's been a reasonable season so far for Renault, and of course Buddy as well. He's consistently outclassed his teammate. So Buddy finishes in the points once again at Spa, but he has another grid penalty in Monza. Can he do the same there?